When an 18-year-old declares that the game is rigged and decides to fight the system head-on, the world rarely pays attention. But in the case of Charlie Kirk, people listened, and millions either rallied behind him or stood firmly against him. Born on October 14, 1993, in Arlington Heights, Illinois, and raised in the suburb of Prospect Heights, Charlie grew up in an ordinary middle-class home. His father worked as an architect, his mother as a counselor, and by all appearances his life could have followed a quiet, conventional path. But even as a boy, he displayed restless energy and a drive to push against the boundaries around him. He became an Eagle Scout, honed leadership instincts early, and by high school was already stirring controversy by challenging what he believed to be political bias in his textbooks. When he wrote about liberal slants in the classroom, Fox Business invited him on air. That appearance gave him a taste of the national spotlight, and he never looked back. College never truly appealed to him. He briefly enrolled at Harper College, but the lecture halls felt small compared to his ambitions. At age 18, he crossed paths with Bill Montgomery, a Tea Party activist who became his mentor. Together, they founded Turning Point USA in 2012. The idea was audacious: to build a nationwide movement of young conservatives determined to fight what they saw as left-wing dominance on American campuses. In those early days, there was almost no money, no staff, and plenty of mockery. But Kirk worked with tireless energy, launching chapters on campuses, staging events, and most importantly, harnessing the new digital world of Twitter, YouTube, and podcasts. His style was bold, unapologetic, and always provocative. He learned quickly that controversy brought attention, and attention brought growth. By his mid-20s, he had become one of the most visible young conservative activists in America. Turning Point exploded to thousands of chapters and multi-million-dollar budgets. His podcast and radio show reached millions, and he launched spin-offs like Turning Point Action and Turning Point Faith to broaden the influence. Supporters praised him as a fearless defender of free markets, religious liberty, and America First policies. Critics accused him of spreading misinformation and fanning culture wars with rhetoric on race, gender, and elections. The Professor Watch List, an initiative naming professors accused of liberal bias, drew sharp condemnation from academics who saw it as a threat to free expression. Yet controversy only seemed to fuel his reach. Recognition soon followed. In 2018, Forbes named him to its 30 Under 30 list in law and policy. Liberty University awarded him an honorary doctorate. He became a frequent guest on Fox News and at political rallies, often standing close to the most powerful figures in the Republican Party. But as his influence grew, so too did the criticism. Journalists investigated his organization's finances, pointing to his rising salary and lavish spending. Opponents accused him of undermining trust in democratic institutions, particularly after his fiery statements during election cycles. Still, to his supporters, he remained a rare voice who spoke directly to young people and gave them the courage to fight back on campuses where they felt silenced. In later years, his message took on an even more religious tone, with fiery speeches about faith and America's spiritual destiny. He cultivated alliances with pastors and Christian organizations, infusing Turning Point events with evangelical zeal. To some, he was building a new conservative awakening. To others, he was sliding into Christian nationalism. His style was never designed to build consensus. It was designed to mobilize. And mobilize he did. Then came September 10, 2025. At Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah, Kirk was in the middle of a town hall-style stop on his American Comeback Tour, a series meant to bring his Prove Me Wrong debates directly to students. In a flash of violence, he was shot and killed at the age of 31. News outlets broke the story within minutes, and shockwaves rippled across the nation. Supporters mourned, critics reflected on the volatile nature of political discourse, and the entire country confronted the reality of political violence in a deeply divided era. He was a visionary to some, a provocateur to others, and a polarizing symbol to nearly everyone. His life raises enduring questions about the cost of fighting culture wars so intensely, about how social media amplifies voices both constructive and destructive, and about what legacy remains when a young man burns so brightly, so controversially, and is gone so suddenly. Whether admired or despised, he reshaped the political conversation for an entire generation, leaving behind institutions, recordings, and memories that will continue to spark debate long after his voice has fallen silent.